What's up, you guys? I'm back with another video, and this is a hairstyling video. I'm just doing a quick style. Here we go. All right, you guys, at this point I got 3 bundles of hair, actually 3.5 bundles. I have I use 1B, 1B30, and 27. So I split in half my 1B30 bundle so that I could mend the colors together. So I got a 1B and 30 mixed together. I mixed a little bit of 30, 1B, and 27 for my middle. Then I have my 1B and 27, okay? So I got 3 different colors that I mixed together so that I can, have my hair. So what it's gonna be is the front is gonna be 1B30 mixing. As you go down on the head, it's gonna be 30 mixing in 27, and then at the bottom it's gonna be straight 27. So I just like to do different colors on my hair and mix it together. And I'm just, right now at this point, I'm just gonna stage my hair pieces. And I think the sizes that I'm gonna do is gonna be small, medium braid, like small to medium braids. For the front, I'm doing like half cornrow, half knotless box braids in the back, because I can't be sitting up here all day trying to do some knotless braids. So to cut the time down, I'm just going to do a simple style, simple cornrows, simple knotless braids, just for a couple of weeks. And the thing that I like about doing this style right here, half cornrow in the front and knotless braids in the back, is that you can always refresh the top. You just take the top down and just redo it, and you can keep the back the same and just keep going, because nobody really see the back, they just focus on the front. So after about 3-4 weeks, probably about 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks of wearing the cornrows at the top, you can just refresh it by putting some new hair in there and just braiding it straight back. Or if you wanted to, you can go ahead and just finish the rest of the hair, redo it as knotless braids, because you already got your parting spaces. All you got to do is fill them in. So that's a clever idea as well. But this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to finish filling up my tray, and I will be back. All right, you guys, I'm back. I'm done filling in my tray for now. It's a good idea to keep these twist ties. I keep them so I can re-clip my bundles so they don't get, slide apart, or if they fall on the ground, my bundles don't get messed up. So it's a good idea to keep the twist ties so you can keep your bundles, together when you're not using it. Also, if you see this line right here, there's an empty peg to separate my hair, because what I did was I put thinner pieces on this side and my thicker pieces on this side when I go toward the back as I cornrow. So I'll start off with thin pieces when I cornrow, and then I end up using the thicker pieces toward the back of my cornrow, and I'll show you in the next part of the video, you guys. All right, you guys, we are getting into it. We are going ahead and starting with our parting. Like I said, we sectioned off the front and from the back, and now we just doing a slant part. I'm not doing straight back, I'm doing like a slanted part in the front, and I'm using like a care. I like the brand care. You can find that at Sally's, and I'm just using the care edge control / pomade to help lay down and section my part very neatly, as best as I can. You're doing it on yourself, so just don't be a perfectionist. Just do what you feel comfortable with, right? So I'm sectioning off my section, and then I'm starting, like I said, smaller pieces in the front, and I feed in larger pieces in the back, right? So you see my feed in here is very small as I start the front, because that's what's going to keep it that natural flow. So I do a stitch, I add a piece, I do a stitch, I add a piece, and as I go toward the back, I add larger pieces, and that's what's going to give you a fuller braid. You start off small and you add larger pieces, and that give you a more fuller braid as it goes down. And as you go past the scalp on the loose end, if that makes sense, you add more pieces, and that'll give you a more fuller, longer look. So it just depends on how full and how long you want the hair. to determine how much you want to add. I didn't want it too long, and so I stopped right after the edge, right after the cornrow toward the free edge. I stopped adding hair. So this is just me just continuing to show how I part and add hair. Like I said, as you start in the beginning, you want to start small, add your pieces. After you do a couple of stitches, add a piece, add a stitch, add a piece, add a stitch right underneath the hair. And this is what I am doing to give it a natural flow. And it's not going to be perfect, you guys, especially if you do it on yourself. Please don't be discouraged. It just takes practice, you know. I've been doing my hair, braiding my hair since I was in middle school. So I've had years and years of practice. So, you know, don't be discouraged, you know, just practice, make proficient. It's not going to be perfect, but it does make for a more proficient work at the end of the day. But as we go toward the end of the video, I will slow it down so you can see that I'm just adding pieces as I go, you guys. Okay, and that's what I'm doing toward the front. Okay, so this I'm slowing it down just a tidge, and like I said, small pieces toward the front, and then you add larger pieces toward the back, and I'm adding it underneath. Now when I do my hair, sometimes I switch my hand placement. So sometimes I braid overhand and sometimes I braid underhand. It just depends on the position of the head and the scalp. So when I'm toward the top, I tend to braid overhand, and as I'm toward the middle and side of my head, I tend to braid underhand. So you see I'm adding pieces under the braid as I go toward the side, so it's underneath, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I try to be as clear as possible, but that's the best way that I can explain it. So I'm adding hair underneath, and then I just continue to braid down, and that is the gist of the cornrows in the front, you guys. Hey you guys, I'm back. I'm just showing you that I'm about to do the back of my head, and so I'm gonna prep my hair. So I'm starting at the bottom. I'm gonna do the lighter hair, and then I'm gonna move up into my mixture that I did 27, 30, and 1B in this bundle. Okay, so it's gonna be like an ombre effect when I'm all the way done with the hair. Like I said, keep these twist ties so that when you can use these to retie your bundles when you're done, so that they don't, you know, slide all over the place, and if they fall on the floor, your hair don't get messed up. So it's good to keep those twist ties. Alright you guys, so I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. Like I said, I'm doing like, I thought I was doing small to medium, but I went on ahead and did medium braids. So I'm just gonna lay my pieces out to where I can get a good medium sized braid, because it's gonna be like that, you guys. I'm not trying to sit here forever and do small braids. Y'all, that's my dog. He is crazy. Anyway, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm just setting up my hair to prep the back. The back I'm doing knotless, and the front was cornrow, you guys. This is a quick hairstyle. It's not quick to do when it's on yourself. You know, it takes time to part and feed the hair in by yourself, but it is quicker than doing it, you know, single box style. So, you know, try this style out. I would just block out some time. I would say no more than 3 hours. For me, last time I did this hair, I did it in about 2 hours, but my braids were a little bit bigger. And it took me about 2 hours to do it. So that's why I like this style, because you're cutting down time when you cornrow the front and you're not about to braid the back. So my dog is sitting right by my leg, y'all. And he always like to get in the way when I'm doing my hair and just try to drag the hair through the house. I think he do it on purpose, right? So every time I get ready to do my hair, he will sit right on the pile. You know how like you braid in and you get like a pile on the floor because you got the loose pieces you take apart and it fall, and you just, you know, try to keep your area as clean as possible. But then there's a pile that you leave on the floor and you pick it up when you're done. See, he just sat down right underneath me because he want to be in the way. Look, why is he so close? Why is he in the way? Bruno. I didn't shame him, y'all. He done knocked over my thing, his big old self. All right, so I'm gonna come back when I was straightening up my hair. So you guys, like I said, when I get done with my hair, I just take my twist tie and I just tie it back up so that it can keep my bundle secure, that I don't lose no hair and my bundle get messed up if it falls to the ground. So you keep it secure and it's easier to put back in a pack and save it for later. So don't throw away your ties. Keep your ties, save them. Save them for like if you want to bundle up your own hair, like say you make your own crochet braids or whatever like that. You can use this to repackage your crochet braids so that you can have them prepared and ready to use it when you want to put it in your hair. But anyway, it's a good idea to keep the ties. Okay, you guys, so at this point I'm finishing up my last knotless braid, and I'm just showing you as best I can how I do it. So I do half of a stitch or prep a stitch, and then I add hair underneath. Like I said, you want to start off with small pieces, and as you go down you want to add thicker pieces, and that just gives you a more natural flow. You try not to do your hair too tight because like I'm feeling my knots. I'm trying to feel, is it right, is it flat? And I noticed it wasn't flat, so what I did was I unraveled a little bit of the hair to get back to the beginning, and then I reinserted the pieces just to make sure it's neat, just to make sure the stitches are flat. And like I said, when you're doing your own hair, it's kind of hard to tell, so you just want to kind of take your time, not do the hair too tight, because then you'll have bundled up stitches, and you want to make sure your stitches are flat when you do your braids, right? So just make sure. And like I said, whenever I do my hair, it's always a family event. The dog, my son, everybody want to be involved. But nevertheless, it's always nice, you guys. There's my dog and my son in the background. But anyways, so right now at this point, I'm just prepping my hair to curl it and seal the ends. Now you don't have to do this step. It just depends on how you like your hair. So I like my hair curly at the ends. So I braid my hair in 4 sections to get that curl effect. I don't do it too high, just maybe 1/3 or to the halfway point of the hair. And I dip my hair. Just be very careful because the water at this point is very hot. You want to take your time and make sure you have a good thick towel to keep your hand from being burnt. And so now I'm showing you the after effect. I'm showing you how it looks at the end. I added a couple of golden accessories, and I'm just showing you the ombre effect. I'm showing you the end result, and I just hope you guys like it. Thank you for watching. You guys have a blessed night, blessed day. To God be the glory for everything, and I hope you guys are encouraged to just do your own hair. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. God bless.